I will do it backwards this week. My crappy, noisy neighbors are outside and they're horrible kids. So, picked the peppers off of this. It was pretty droopy. I think it was stressing because of all the weight from the peppers, because it's perking up a little bit. I thought I was gonna have a disease like the other one, but it's perking up. It was way droopy yesterday, so big beef's doing pretty well, keeping it trimmed. I gotta remember to come in and pollinate the tomatoes. So just trying to remember I have to do that. These are transplants from last week, right? So this is the midnight snack. That's the little heirloom purple green that turned blue green and then turn purple red. I don't remember what this one is. This is either chocolate sprinkle or I don't remember, to be honest. I forgot to put the little tag in, so yeah, it's gonna be random. So anyways, put these in a couple days ago. Here's the Juliet grape. Those aren't tomatoes, those are the peppers from the other side, but you know, that's over my head and starting to blossom, so I gotta make sure, like I said, make sure pollinate. Havasu peppers, I need to pick some of those, see how hot they are. I think this was, what was this one, dragon cayenne or just hot cayenne, doesn't matter. Some of them are ripening, so that's kind of cool, so those are ready. And then there's a ton of them growing in here. They're just hard to see because they're the same color as everything else. That's the old midnight snack, what's left of it. That's got to come down, just haven't got to it. Didn't have another plant to transplant, so I figured let it grow until it's done. Same thing with this Juliet grape. It's almost finished, even though it's bushy at the top, it's not doing anything. There's a couple tomatoes here. Again, nothing to replace it, so I'm just waiting. These I just put in yesterday. So that's an indigo. That's the same as this thing, but they're like plum size. But that actually replaced right back where the other one was. This was a sucker I pulled off of the red pear, so we'll see how that does. Then this is an Abe Lincoln. This one's doing pretty well, and I didn't know what to do with this one because it was kind of like the sucker, but kind of not, so I let this one branch. But here's the problem, right? Now you got to deal with two of them and support that instead of supporting one. So if I would have caught it earlier, then I would have figured it out, but whatever. Again, it's blossoming and I need to come in and pollinate. So basically, you gotta sit there like we talked about before, you gotta jiggle the flowers. And then these two are black crims. Look, there's one starting already. Trying to keep it pretty clean. All the suckers are out. I think I did those yesterday. This one's doing pretty well. No tomatoes yet, but that's soon. That's coming. Bell pepper. They're pretty good size, hanging out in there. Those about 5 inches. And there's some more hanging out in here, so they're doing okay. Lots of blossoms still, so we'll see how it keeps up with the temperature. Here's my little hydroponic bucket experiment. So I figured I'd start it in here. So the root's about 2 inches long, and depending on how the weather is, I want to take this out and put it in the 55-gallon barrel that I tried to last time, but it was too hot. So, and then here's what's left of the plants. There's more plants inside, but here's the ones that are in dirt, trying to just get them to sprout. So I figured I'd stick them in the greenhouse instead of outside, and let them get a little more warmth and less wind. And here's cucumbers, although I wasn't going to put cucumbers in again because of the root thing. I figured what the heck, it's better than nothing. So plenty of cucumbers going. These are the Diva cucumbers. So we'll see how they go. I believe this is an all-female bush, so every one of these should turn into cucumbers. That is a ladybug. You say, no, that doesn't look like a ladybug. Well, that is the larval state, and there's one a little bit fatter. So then they will go from, come on, focus, there we go. And let me tap it. They will go from that, then they will molt and then turn into ladybugs. But so that is the different stages. Well, that's not doing well since I clicked on the focus thing. There we go. That's kind of weird. Zucchini at the far end, I chopped that up. That was just doing terrible. We got garlic planted. Basil's starting to come up. Spinach is starting to do real well. Chard has been a little wimpy, but now it's starting to get its stride. That's the rapini. The kale's doing okay, and then a bunch of carrots. I've got 3 of the 6 potatoes poking through. Radishes, white radishes, really tall. I did have one about the size of a small turnip that I pulled and ate yesterday. Not too bad, a little mild. But not a lot of root back there, all leaf. Man, the little tiny green onions starting to do their thing. And the green beans, rutabaga. Those tomatoes aren't doing well, but that's about it. That's all I got for this week. See ya.